Hello everyone, my name is Tony July, and today I'll be showing you my top 5 favorite plugins. Alright, so coming in at number 5, we have Brainworks Subsynth. Now, the reason why I like Subsynth a lot is because it gives whatever you're applying it to, like these lower end harmonics, this boominess, this sort of fatness, rumbleness basically. And as you can see here, subharmonics, you can choose like dial in like the different settings and stuff like that. So let me just show you what I use it on, typically bass. um, so without it, it sounds like this, and I'm just gonna play a part of a song that I'm working on.
I cared for us, even when the people keep on telling me why. Oh, why? I was in love with the beauty.
You hear that bass really coming in, and I can make it more dramatic too. So
why, oh why? Can't you tell me you love me?
but yeah, basically it gives it like this sort of like lower end rumbleness. So let me just play the bass without it and with it, so you can kind of see. So this is without it and with it. You hear that? It's like the harmonics, the sound, it's like subbier basically. But yeah, but anyway, that comes in at number 5. Now, coming in at number 4 is one of my favorite saturation plugins, and it is called the Black Box HG2MS. I'm sorry, I always get that confused. But let's see what I have it on. I believe I have it under a kick here. Let's see, one moment. Okay, right here, right here. So basically, this is a really cool plugin by Plugin Alliance, uh, because it basically mimics the analog hardware version of this plugin. So this is basically like the emulation, right? And it has a TMT inside, which is their tolerance modeling technology, which basically I believe it replicates the circuitry of the actual hardware, so it kind of gives it that kind of sound and tone. But anyways, I like this because you can really bring certain elements like out and make it pop in the mix. So let's play the kick without it.
I cared for us.
You see, you can hear the kick, but once you enable this, you hear that?
I was in love.
And of course, you can choose like different parts of like certain frequencies you want to kind of like really emphasize here. And of course, you can solo it to really hear more into detail. And you have the pento triodes, different kinds of even harmonics, different kinds, art harmonics, so on and so forth. Your output, and of course, like this is the 2MS version, so it has mid-side processing if you're working with a stereo track. In this case, it's a bass, so it's mono, so you don't have the extra like mid-sides, left, right, kind of stuff. Okay, anyway, so coming in at number 3 is the legendary 76 and 2-way combo. Now, I couldn't really put one or the other because it's very typical for a lot of people to use the 76 and 2-way on vocals or like on drums to kind of like get a certain sound to tame the transients, but to also smooth it out and stuff. So in this case, let's see, I believe I use it on one of these instruments. Let's see, what do I use it on? One moment. Let's see here. Okay. Bear with me. Anyways, I'll talk more about it. Yeah, so like the 76 is more like aggressive, and you can really like squash transients and tame stuff. So it's like very big on like drums, and it has this aggressiveness to it and stuff like that. Um so yeah, I mean that's one I really enjoy using. Man, I can't find this thing. How embarrassing. Okay, I found it. Oh, that's right. That's right. So in this scenario, I use it for the bass, because I have 2 bass playing. I called it pop because, well, I was just being lazy. But anyway, this one though has a 76 and the 2A. However, it's a lot quieter than than this one. So let me just play the bass by itself, the loud one, and then this one. You see how it's kind of like um, low volume. That's because basically, um, I have the input really high, so we're driving that signal, right? And we have the attack and release very high as well. So basically, it's taming the transients. It's reacting quickly and releasing back to its original signal. And by having the ratio at 20, we're basically limiting. So if you can see here, we're just like dropping, like zooping down and like really like crushing it. However, when we add the 2A, we smooth it out, and we get a maybe like 2 or 3. I typically don't like getting that much gain reduction because you really want to smooth it out and stuff like that. But whenever you add the original or the louder version of the bass, it really like makes it sound more full. It gives it, it's like a parallel compression kind of deal. So all right, so coming in at number 2. Now this plugin is by far one of my favorites, and it could very well be my number 1 slash top 2. And this plugin is called the Pro Q3. Now why I love the Pro Q3 is because it's one of the most dynamic and versatile EQs out in the market right now. And the reason being is because it's able to really do what any typical EQ does, except like you can like compress or like sort of tame certain like frequencies and like um, control those things. So for instance, you can like make it dynamic. So if I play the audio, it's taming this right here. You see, and then you can choose like how much gain, how much you're trying to really do, instead of just like lowering the volume of the frequency how you would normally do if you were to just do this kind of stuff, right? But you can really control that. But yeah, I mean, the other cool thing about it is that like it has mid-side processing. So in case you guys don't know what that is, it's basically you have the stereo image, right? You have the mid, which is like the sum, and the sides, which is like the left and right. And typically with mids, you want to have it like tailored towards your bass, your vocals, so it's center and it's like basically mono-y. Meanwhile, like the sides, it's more like trebly high. You get a more wider tone. So like for instance, if I want to make like this side, the high end side of the spectrum, um, more brighter, I guess, and like sidey and stuff, I can do that. However, you want to be careful with doing this like on your mix bus, because you're basically like raising like the frequency of the cymbals and all that stuff. So you don't want too much harshness and stuff like that. But the fact that you're able to like affect the side image and mid image is really cool, and it makes this plugin very versatile. All right, so now we've come to the number 1 plugin. Now this plugin has made history and has been a part of so many great records before plugins were even plugins. Now, it's time to introduce the legendary, the great SSL E channel. Woo! All right, so the SSL E channel. Now, this is an emulation of the old SSL consoles that were used that many greats have recorded. Michael Jackson, the Beatles. Well, the Beatles were. Did the Beatles use? I don't know, but anyways, a lot of people use this. Like they use different versions of this plugin. But I have the E channel, um, and the E channel is great. From Waves. Of course, there's different companies and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, this one's cool because it comes with a filter, so you're able to filter out like the low end and high end and split it, which basically means you're getting rid of those frequencies before any like further processing. And it's really cool because like it's a channel strip, so you basically get like 3 4 plugins in one. Of course, not like the Omni channel that has like all these crazy things, but here you have like your standard EQ, how you would in like the console, and you just get like this analog kind of punchiness and this like old school sort of sound. And like if you want any of your tracks to really like stand out and like pop out, you definitely want to go with SSL. Plus, it trains you to not rely on plugins like the Pro Q3. To you're not as visual, but you're more like hearing stuff. So yeah, it has your compressors here, fast attack if you move it here, your gate. So you want to get rid of any bleed, any like unwanted noise, and this is basically like applying the EQ before the compressor. But yeah, I mean, let's hear it without it. And this is the kick, by the way. So without,
I cared for us,
but
even
with it,
when the people keep on telling me why.
you see, it kind of gives it a more thumpy, fatty.
I was
Without,
in love with the beauty and the goodness within.
with it,
Why, oh why, why, oh why? Can't you tell me you don't
and
love
some low end
me?
here,
You don't love
50
me
hertz,
no more.
57 hertz.
How,
Without it. So let me just solo the kick with it. So yeah, there you have it, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one. See ya.